Hey there, viewers. Helion123 here, and welcome to this little talking video. So, 2023 has officially come to an end, and 2024 has begun. So, this video will be me kind of looking back on 2023, and also kind of talking about what my plans are for 2024. So, to start things off, let's look back at how 2023 has been. This year we did 16 streams, which I know that isn't a lot, but because I don't really have the discipline to stream more than that right now, at least right now, getting any amount of streams is pretty good for me. So yeah, we started things off with the Thorium stream, as well as also we also started off by introducing my new Sona, which was honestly a big thing for me because yeah, just like I generally this character feels a lot more like me than the one I was using before. And then there was a bunch of stuff for RDRTS, which was a Rhythm Doctor fan event. So yeah, and then we also have like I did a few other random videos just for fun. But yeah, despite there being only 16 streams, these streams actually had quite a bit to them, at least in they had quite a bit of significance for the year, because this year I feel was mostly focused on learning. This is a year that I kind of learned a lot of stuff. For example, with the Thorium series, while it is a bit on the downer side, I will admit, this was kind of me learning two things. The first off was that, well, not everyone will be interested in in everything that you do. See, you may remember, during these streams, I only ever got like 2B square and 90 viewing for at least the majority of the earlier streams. And admittedly that did kinda dishearten me, but at the same time, I don't really blame anyone for not watching. It's not a rhythm game, and I know a lot of my popularity started with like me playing Rhythm Doctor or Adify, or even the Cuphead the Cuphead streams, which aren't the same thing, and I respect that. But yeah, it definitely still had a bit of a toll on me, which is why I kind of talked about it in the April Fool's video. Or rather, that was literally the joke of the April Fool's video. And then also another thing but also alongside that, on a much lighter note, I also learned that at the same time, if you just keep doing something, eventually you will find people who genuinely are interested in it. And because if we in some of the later streams, I noticed that it became a lot more frequent that there were quite a few more people watching than before, which was really nice to see. Like seeing that people were watching my other something that I genuinely want to do, or rather at least a series that I really want to do. It really brought back my motivation to stream this. So to the people who are out there, thank you. You mean a lot to me. The Pizza Tower stream also had a bit of learning to it. It was me, well, really learning if, well, I wanted to actually play this, because again, it hadn't been that long since the game had first come out, and like it had its first popularity thing, or it first had its popularity. So it was really interesting to try it out myself, especially with my play style, I guess, of games, and learning that, spoiler alert, it might not be a game for me, at least. But yeah, that's another thing that I learned. And I also learned that the part for the dungeon streams At least the first two. Which, by the way, that series will still be continuing, absolutely. The Par for the Dungeon streams were also kind of a little reminder of what I had learned in the Thorium streams. That, again, if you just keep doing something enough, people will genuinely be interested in what you do, no matter what. Because a lot of the people who watch the Thorium video, or the Thorium streams, also watch the Par for the Dungeon streams, which was really nice. It's nice knowing that even though the game was much more obscure than Terraria, and it was much more different, the style was not the same, people still were interested in it. Heck, the game literally just came out. The only reason it had any knowledge prior was the fact that the devs of it were making devlogs on it. So yeah, I'm really glad to see that these videos were successful. Oh, and hey, look at that! Wow, my already Act 5 stream is over 1K views. That's still really cool. Thank you guys for that. And also, I still need to fix this thumbnail. Whoops. but anyway, another thing that I learned. Actually, let me switch back to the regulars here. Another thing that I learned this year was something much more IRL related. I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but basically, I learned that like my life kind of hasn't been in the greatest place that it could be in. I kind of got a bit of a wake up call around like the end of summer or something, that my life really needs to get back together. I can't go into the details because that's like details about my real life. Though it's nothing serious, thankfully, so y'all can relax. But I want to keep that in mind going into 2024, as I want to try and fix my lifestyle. That's the word I was looking for. My lifestyle, it needs a huge needs kind of to go back to how it was like a couple years ago, and then I'm sure that it'll make things a lot better for myself, and even these streams, I'll probably have even more energy. Maybe I'll even be able to stream more often. But we'll have to see. Now, I think that's everything that I wanted to do or that I wanted to say for the part where I'm looking back at 2023. Oh yeah, one thing I also want to say was just the fact that Geometry Dash 2.2 actually came out this year. It's just so cool to see. Like, there are a bunch of really cool things that happened this year, at least for me personally. Just like seeing things come out was just amazing. I can't really go into detail because it just feels kind of awkward to say. Just because like I don't think most of you people would get it, because I don't really show or talk about a lot of stuff here just out of awkwardness. But yeah, I definitely can say that, like, a lot of great things happened in 2023. Unfortunately, there were also some bad things, such as like certain IRL events, which I won't exactly get into, but I think a lot of you already are aware of them. And yeah, as sad as they are, it is important to note that things can be done, and most likely are being done about them. So hopefully, whatever happens, things turn out good for the greater. But anyway, speaking of that, let's now talk about my plans for 2024. Well, for the most part, it's kind of just to keep going. But also, of course, I have a few personal goals that I have. I wouldn't call them... You could call them resolutions, but that's your choice. Okay, so like I said earlier, my biggest goal for this year is basically involves getting my life back together. Most of it involves just fixing my real life lifestyle, but aside from that, but there are a couple other things, but I think they're much more personal, and since I don't even show my face here, it probably isn't going to have much significance. Secondly, I have basically I want to then finish the two series that I already started in 2023, the Thorium playthrough and the Part for the Dungeon playthrough. The first one's going to be finished relatively soon. Like my next stream in about 2 weeks, maybe, as the time of this recording. I should continue. I'll be streaming. I'll be continuing the series like before. So yeah, there's that. And then I'm also gonna see if I can finish the Thorium series. Something like that is less likely because the mod is pretty long, and at least given the rate at which I stream, it's not likely. So maybe I'm gonna just put this here. I'm actually gonna add this right now. I'm gonna add a resolution. What I'd say actually is a resolution is try to stream more often, at least once a week instead of twice, or instead of once every 2 weeks. I think with some disciplining, I could do it, but we'll have to see. So yeah, those are the current goals for this channel. Then for my second channel, I have two very basic ones, which is one, post at least one Rhythm Doctor level. I know that like that channel really started out as just a place for posting Rhythm Doctor levels, and it has evolved into, you know, also having FNF covers and whatnot. At the very least, I want to make another Rhythm Doctor level. I already have a few ideas in mind, so hopefully motivation strikes me at a time where at least one of them can be done. And another thing I want to do is clear out my FNF cover backlog. I've had like a few covers that are just kind of sitting in folders, still unfinished. There is one that is a little more than just a cover, and with cover art. Hopefully I can get that out relatively soon. I think you guys are really gonna love it. I'm really proud of it. So yeah, those are the two things that I want to do for my second channel. Maybe on top of all of those things involving my channels, maybe I could also try and do a bit more variety. After all, my second channel is focused around just my creative works in general. So maybe at some point I could just see if there's anything else creative that I could do. Another thing that sounds at least a bit more like a resolution I can say I want to do is posting a bit more on other social media platforms. I know I already have a Twitter and I've posted a few things there, but the vast majority of it is just sharing my videos further. But I want to try and fix that. Alongside the community tab here, I also want to use my relatively new Blue Sky account to kind of try post like other random stuff, just put myself out there in a few more ways than that, just talking what's on my mind, and maybe posting my still very basic art that I draw. It just for fun. I think that is a resolution too. Trying to draw more. It's something that I like. It's definitely something I probably just want to do as a hobby, just because like I'm not really pushing myself. I like that my style is very, very simple, and I'll probably want to keep it that way. It'd be nice to like at least put things out there a bit more, just for the sake of it, just so I can maybe build some self-confidence. And lastly, this one is much more general, so yeah, I think that this one can work as a resolution. I want to try and push myself to do a bit more than what I normally do. For like the past 2 years or so, I've never really been trying to push myself to do anything because I think that I'm comfortable. But at the same time, it also kind of makes me have some self-doubts about like the fact that I'm not doing anything big or whatever. Now, I want to try and deal with that the proper way, a good way and healthy way, by trying to slowly work my way at least a tiny bit out of my comfort zone, or push, or by at least slightly trying to slightly push myself to do a bit more than what I normally do. Maybe it's drawing my Sona more because he's generally a lot more detailed than a lot of the other drawings that I do. Could be also be in the form of what content I make. I actually have one particular series of videos in mind, which, well, you'll have to see that when it comes out. And it's actually one of those challenge videos where you play a game but add some kind of self-imposed challenge into it. So stick around for that, because I definitely am going to be like at least pushing myself at least a bit for it, because it's going to be something a little different. And I like the idea. And there are probably other ways I could push out of my comfort zone a bit. Maybe I'll post some other creative works on my second channel, or maybe I can try making shorts. I've only made 2 so far, both of which I am pretty happy with. Maybe I could try doing that more. We'll have to see. Just anything that can get me out of my comfort zone at least a little. That's what I want to do. So yeah, that is hopefully everything that I want to do in 2024. So yeah, that is everything for this video. I hope that I hope you've enjoyed this little talk. I hope that everyone enjoyed their Christmas and New Year's. Sorry I wasn't able to get anything out for those days. I was just so busy with GD 2.2 on Christmas during the holidays, and also I just was spending time with my family and stuff. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the holidays and your New Year's, and here's to hoping 2024 is good. Thank you all for watching. Helion123 has been here, and have a good one.